Don't you dare start launching websites without an uptime monitor, especially if you have an online store that's making you money or you're managing websites for a client. It's extremely embarrassing when a client tells you that their website is down because you didn't know. You didn't use an uptime monitor. So in this case, I'm going to recommend you UptimeMonster that has everything you're going to need to monitor websites, servers, IPs, emails, FTPs, and so much more. Plus, you can manage your clients from this system. So let me show you what I'm talking about right now. Okay, let's dive into UptimeMonster. And if you're just getting started, they do have a free plan that you can check out in the link in the description. Jump into pricing and you can add up to 5 websites with 5-minute intervals with their free plan. So there is no excuse to not use an uptime monitor. Now let's jump over to the dashboard. And in this section, we're able to view a quick overview of everything that's going on. From sites that are live, connected, servers, FTP, emails, IPs, etc. Everything is right here. Now, the first question that you're going to be asking yourself is it easy to add a website? Is it easy to manage clients with UptimeMonster? And it's extremely easy to do so. And I'll show you on this video. Now, the quick overview. This is the dashboard. We're able to view the websites that I have connected, the servers. In this case, I have a VPS connected. If there's a website that's down or something that's going on here, warnings. For example, in this case, I have a WordPress site connected and I get more details than just the uptime system. That means that if a plugin needs update or something like that, I'll get a warning that something needs to be updated. Okay. Website performance, server load, check load average, and the website log overview, all of that right here. Now let's get started by adding a website because you're going to see that it's going to be super easy. Okay. So it's going to add website. In this section, just go ahead and name this test 2. And then we're going to add the website link. In this case, let me add one of my sites, saasm.co. And then I have to select the check intervals. For example, if I wanted to check every single minute, I leave it as it is. If I want to check every 5 minutes, every 10, 20, etc., just go ahead and tweak this as you would like. Okay. Then if I have groups, I can go ahead and assign it to the group. This is extremely useful, especially when you're creating companies, you're managing clients, etc. You create groups because obviously you're working with a team and the team has different capabilities depending on what you are monitoring. Okay. Then we have the select roles. So for example, if you previously created roles, you can manage this to alert based on roles or assign it to roles. For example, developers, designers, etc. And you can set it there. Then select the users. So you can, in this case, me by default, but you can add more users that are in this particular company that we're working on. Then notification method, email, push notification. And if you have more methods, you can add them here. So let's go ahead and add the website. There we go. The website has been added. I mean, that's super easy. And the warning that we're getting right here is because it knows it's a WordPress site. Now we have the option to connect it via API, and it's going to alert us for several more things than just knowing if the website is up or down. So in this case, I'll show you another site that is connected, and I'm going to go to all my sites. Here we go. And I have this one connected with the WordPress system. So I'm able to view the latest downtime, which is no downtime at all. Availability, 100%, responsiveness, response time, the ability right here, the website status, response time, responsiveness, performance log, etc. all from here. And since I have connected my WordPress system here, and here we're able to view everything that's going on with the WordPress section. For example, update needed. It knows that a plugin, a theme, or something like that needs updating. There's a log for all the activities here. And depending on your plan, you're going to be able to view a whole lot of things like site health, plugins, themes, site error log, all from right here. Then we can view events. In this case, there's no events right now, no incidents, triggers. Nothing has been triggered right now, but we can set up triggers based on our needs. Okay. So in this case, if I set up a new trigger, I can set it. For example, I can say if the load time is greater or equal than 30 seconds, for example, I would say if it loads slower than 5 seconds, for example, I'll say 10. Hit that trigger. Okay. Wait time 3, active status, submit. So now if it loads slowly, I'm going to get a trigger. Now that trigger, we can do a lot of things with that. Okay. Then we have the alerts right here and the contacts. In this case, I've added myself like you saw when I set a website up, but I can add more contacts later on if I like. Now that's for websites. Now there's also servers. In this case, I have a VPS connected that I've added for testing, and it's really great because it let us know what OS we're using. In this case, Ubuntu, the CPU usage, the RAM, the disk, the load, the NEC, the uptime. Now I've added a VPS for testing purposes, so there's not a lot going on. but it's really great that we can actually manage a server for letting us know if it has issues with server load and all that with this system. Now, the amount of details that you're gonna get with this is actually incredible. You got your server info, so it lets us know what OS, the kernel, the arc, the server time, all this information. Check this out: RAM usage, disk usage, active SSH sessions, network usage, availability, inode usage, and all of that. Right now, there's not a lot going on because it's just a test BPS that I've connected. The CPU, the RAM, the disk, etc. You can set up triggers again, the alerts and the contacts for servers. And there's also a section for checks. A lot of things can be checked from here. So if I go to add check, just to give you an idea of everything that we can connect, let me go ahead and set right there. Test 2, interval 1 minute, and the service. What do I want to check? An FTP, an SSH, HTTP, DNS, an email, SMTP, a POP3, TCP, ICMP, the ping, DNS, the IP blacklisted. All of that can be checked with UptimeMonster. So it's not just about website monitoring. It can do a whole lot more. So if I want to check FTP, for example, I have the settings for that particular type of thing that we want to monitor. For example, if it's going to be SSH, then the settings will change. If it's going to be SMTP, then we have different type of settings. And again, we got the roles, the assigned groups, the users, and the notification method. Super easy to set up. Now, let's create a policy. This is really important when you want to escalate a situation or you want to get re-notified when something is going on. So let me go ahead and go into add new policy, and then add policy, just go ahead and name this test 2, and then we have wait for 3 minutes before escalating to. For example, I'll say wait 5 minutes, all right? And this is what's going to happen. Who should be alerted? Well, in this case, me or the entire team or specific people in your team, etc. How urgent is the alert? In this case, I'll say the highest urgency. And then what's going to happen? For example, if no one acknowledges, repeat the policy. So that means that if no one acknowledges that the site is down or something that you're monitoring is down, then we want it to repeat, and you decide how many times. And I'll say up to 10 times, and I want it to repeat it every 15 minutes. So you're going to be alerted every 15 minutes until you acknowledge it. And that helps you take care of the issue because you're going to be reminded, so that way you don't forget. You add the policy, and that's going to be set up just like that. I mean, it's super easy, and you can view all your policies right here, and you can modify these and tweak them as you like. Then you got the status pages. You can add a status page. For example, let's add one right now, and I'll just say again, test, add servers. In this case, I'll add this one. Websites that I want to check, I'll check that one, and this one. IP check. If you have whatever you have, you can connect right here. Okay. Show company, no. Do I want to make it public or private? I'll say private. You can show IP or password, which is probably a good idea unless you have a SaaS or something like that and you want to notify people. Okay. So for example, let's go ahead and view our status page. Here we go. Let's go ahead and view it. And here we go. Here's the servers, the information for the websites, and the checks for the IP check. All the information right here with a page that you can set up right here. And you can modify this, view details, edit, etc. all from here. Now, what if you're an agency and you want to create an independent companies to take care of independent customers, clients, right? Because each client might have a different site, several sites, etc. And you don't want to have them all inside of one section. So it's super easy to add a company just by clicking add company, and I'll just say test company. All right, company email, I'll just add my email. Phone number, I'll just do that. Let's go ahead and add the company, and here it is, test company. So in this section, it separates everything from the other companies that you have connected. So again, we can add sites, we can add servers, add checks, incident reports, policies, everything independent from those other companies. Plus, we can invite users for this particular company. So I'll just say, and I'll just add another email, the role, default role, invitation message, sign up, right? And invite user. And I should be getting an email for that. Once I do, I'll be right here in the users, okay? You got user list, add roles, role list, add resources groups, alerts, everything independent from the other companies. Now you can add, for example, your developers, your team members, etc., that are going to be taking care of this particular company. You can create your own pages and everything independent from the other one. So it's a really great option to use UptimeMonster. Like I said, it's way more than just an uptime monitor. And if you're just getting started, I do recommend that you jump into the free plan and you can connect up to 5 websites to monitor. And that's a wrap for UptimeMonster.